Hi, thanks for watching. This is Mark Ambler, and this is a presentation I gave on July 13th regarding recommendations to the LCB from Tier 1s. Just presenting a little bit of quick info and then 3 quick solutions. And looking for feedback, ideas, comments, everything in the comments below would be great. And I'll keep that open until the 16th, which is in a few days, and then on the 17th I'll bring that over to LCB. So here's their rulemaking process. There's 2 highlighted areas where the public can actually provide input and written comments. And this is one of those that are in the process. It's a CR 101 for cannabis production and canopy rules. And the process for developing the new rule would be an agency study, but we wanted to kind of dig into it a little bit and get started on that. So looking at Oregon, we took a look at Oregon and their canopy. So what this is a presentation of the square footage of canopy license in Oregon and Washington. And the one way in the bottom is the Tier 1. And then Tier 2 and Tier 3 is the green one. But Oregon Medical, they don't have a tax, and the maximum plants they can have is 100 plants. There's 4 full-time compliance personnel that are trying to take care of 14,000 grow sites. So obviously there's quite a bit of state diversion that's been tracked back to Oregon, and they pay $200 a year in licensing fee for that. So looking at the square footage, just with our one neighbor, Oregon, maybe Washington might want to consider expanding their canopy. And so if that happens, maybe the tier systems would look like this, where the Tier 1 could go up to 7,500, and every tier from there is twice as big as the previous tier. So the Tier 4 would be a 60,000 square feet. The LCB also has the authority to change renewal fees, of course, because this is how their program is funded. So this is another chart that shows the square footage of canopy license for Tier 3s, Tier 2s, and Tier 1s in Washington. And the smaller square is one farm, so the smaller square next to the text. So these are all the fees that are paid. If you put all of our each tier's fees into a bucket, this is what the buckets would hold. And if you put all those buckets into the same bucket, it would come out to about 1.5 mil. This is for the producer annual fee. What we're suggesting is that it gets redistributed based on square footage, and what that comes out to is about 9 cents a square foot. And this is how that would look for the tiers 1 through 3. We also started looking at not just production in the state, but what portion of that production can be placed into a bag without having to do anything to it except trim it. Type 2, if something doesn't look good enough to be presentable in a bag, but it's still a good product, it needs to be rolled in a joint or created in an edible or some other fashion. So, and then type 3 is it has to be, for some reason, sent to extraction. So just starting to look at the production from each tier, we think if direct sales come about, that there should be no caps for Tier 1s. And that's it. Please put your comments down below, and look forward to bringing that to the LCB and discussing this with them. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.